The phone rang while Arun was in a meeting he could not leave. It vibrated softly on the table, the screen lighting up with a name he knew better than his own breath. His son. For a moment, his heart jumped. For a moment, he almost stood up. But the room was full of serious faces, deadlines, and promises he had made to people who did not know his child's voice. "I'll call him back," Arun told himself, silencing the phone. Just 10 minutes. 10 minutes became an hour. An hour became a long evening. And the call was never returned. Arun reached home late that night. The house was quiet in the way it had slowly become over the years. His wife had gone to bed early. His son's room was dark. Arun placed his keys down gently, as if noise itself might break something fragile inside him. He checked his phone again. One missed call. No message. He probably needed help with homework, Arun thought. Or maybe he just wanted to talk. Arun promised himself he would make it up tomorrow. He always did. Tomorrow never came. The next morning, Arun was driving to work when his phone rang again. This time it was not his son. It was his wife. Her voice was not a voice at all, just broken air and panic. "Come home," she said. "Please, come home now." The road blurred as Arun drove back faster than he ever had before. His thoughts raced, but his mind refused to understand. When he reached the house, there were people everywhere. Neighbors. A doctor. Someone crying in the corner. And in his son's room, a stillness that felt heavier than sound. His son had been alone the night before. A sudden pain. Fear. Confusion. He had reached for the one person he believed would always answer. Arun. The missed call burned in Arun's pocket like fire. He stared at the phone, opening the call log again and again, as if it might change. As if the screen would suddenly say answered. At the hospital, Arun sat beside his son's bed, holding a hand that was already growing cold. He spoke nonstop, pouring years of unfinished sentences into the quiet room. "I was busy," he whispered. "I thought there was time. I always thought there was time." But time had stopped listening. Days passed, but Arun lived in that one moment. The vibration of the phone. The choice he made without thinking. He replayed that moment every night, imagining a different ending. Imagining himself answering. "Hello, my son. I'm here. Tell me what's wrong." In those imagined conversations, everything was saved. In real life, Arun avoided his phone. Every ring felt like an accusation. Every silence felt louder than noise. The house became unbearable. His son's shoes were still by the door. His school bag still hung behind the chair. Arun would sit in his son's room and talk to the air, apologizing again and again. "I should have known," he said. "I should have answered." His wife grieved quietly, her pain deep but steady. Arun's pain was sharp and restless. He wanted punishment. He wanted someone to blame, even if that someone was himself. One evening, weeks later, Arun finally turned his phone back on fully. As he scrolled through old photos, he found a short voice note his son had once sent. "Papa, I know you're busy," the small voice said, cheerful and gentle. "It's okay. I just wanted to hear you." Arun pressed the phone to his chest and cried for the first time without holding back. Not loud, not dramatic, but deep, shaking sobs that came from regret too heavy to carry alone. From that day on, Arun changed. Not because it fixed anything, but because regret demanded meaning. He began answering every call. Not just important ones. All of them. He spoke to children with patience. He listened to people without looking at the clock. Sometimes, when his phone rang, his heart still hoped for a name that would never appear again. He learned too late that love does not wait for perfect timing. That later is not a promise. And that a missed call can carry the weight of a lifetime. Arun lives now with one simple rule, carved deeply into his heart. If someone reaches out, answer. Because some calls do not come twice.